Nongo Gayangadao is a legendary Muay Thai fighter in both One Championship and in the stadium Muay Thai scene with some insane skills, finishes, and highlights. Although due to his advanced age, he suffered some knockout losses as of late, and even though he did rebound with a decent decision win, he moved down a weight class and dropped a very close decision to Kongthoranee. However, he put on an incredible display in their rematch. So let's take a look at how Nongo turned back the clock. So he did this by staying in range and staying engaged, using uppercuts when he could, and neutralizing the left side of Kongthoranee. So let's start with staying in range. Staying in range and being engaged. Nongo got hurt pretty badly in the second round of this fight, and this is because he got in a long exchange with Kongthoranee, and he believed the exchange was over, so he began to pull out of it. And Kongthoranee has a deceptively long reach, and was able to tag Nongo with the left hand and put him on really wobbly legs, and at the time I did think he was going to finish Nongo, but Nongo, extremely impressively, started putting on the pressure, right? He switched from being the nail to the hammer, and when he started throwing body kicks, uppercuts, pressing forward, clinching him up, landing knees, he had so much more success, and it really seemed like Kongthoranee had spent all of his energy trying to finish Nongo, and that when Nongo started to push the pace, Kongthoranee just simply didn't have enough power on his shots to sort of stop the forward momentum of Nongo, and Nongo found a lot more success being a brick wall rather than a, outside scooting technical fighter. He had a lot more success being engaged and sort of gritting down and brawling almost. Obviously in a technical, precise way, he had more success being much more engaged. Uppercuts. Nongo began finding a lot of success with the uppercut when he paired it with other punches, notably jabs, hooks, going straight punches to the body, then drilling up with uppercuts as Nongo would start, a punching combination, usually digging with a right straight to the body. Kongthoranee would almost hunch over, not necessarily because he was hurt, but he had a very hunched over defensive stance. And Nongo, if you've seen his Felipe Lobo knockout, has an absolutely killer uppercut, and he was just popping Kongthoranee's head up. And it's such a good punch, it's just that I don't think people know how to use it, at least in MMA, right? You see the lead uppercut get kind of tabooed, right? People don't like it because a lot of the time people don't put anything behind it or in front of it, and they just end up getting caught. But in Muay Thai, it's very, very common to see like a lead uppercut into a right cross or a right cross to the body and then a lead uppercut, and just pairing them in combination makes strikes so much more successful, and it helps set up the right straight and other strikes as well. But Nongo was just bullying Kongthoranee with this uppercut all night long, especially after he got rocked in the second round. Nongo immediately switched up and just started putting on the hurt. Neutralizing the left side. So, in an open stance fight, Nongo being orthodox, Kongthoranee being southpaw, both fighters tend to favor their rear side, as in the southpaw, the left hand, the orthodox, their right hand. More so the southpaw. A lot of southpaw build their game entirely off of like a left kick or a left straight. Kongthoranee is a very left hand dominant fighter, so Nongo, understanding that that's where most of his game comes from, makes a point to absolutely deaden the arm of Kongthoranee. This can be done with just body kicks, not only to the actual body themselves, but to the arms. Those still do damage. If you're not blocking a kick with your shin, it still will, even if you do, it does damage. And Nongo has an extremely strong body kick. I remember he fought this Japanese dude on one, and his entire side was just red, raw. And Nongo was just drilling that kick into Kongthoranee all night long. And Kongthoranee wasn't lifting his leg to check or anything. It was kind of just, I don't want to say a punching bag, but he did kind of slow down very significantly in the third round. And Nongo just had target practice on him. And that was partly because he'd constantly been slamming his shin into the left arm of kongthoranee. You see a lot of southpaws do this to their orthodox opponents. I think a really good example of this would be Yodsanklai against like a Murat Gregorian, where they just neutralize people by just deadening the arms. And it's a really effective strategy if you are a southpaw, if you're a very heavy body kicker who's fighting someone that's very power dominant, just batter the arms. You don't, in Muay Thai scoring, doesn't matter if it hits the body or it hits the arms, it's still going to do damage. So take note of that, and I just wanted to acknowledge that Nongo did that very successfully, especially in the third round. Nongo was able to cement himself as a top 5 ranked fighter in a lower weight class at the age of 38 against top contenders. And this is insanely impressive looking at the extensive career he's had, the mileage he's had, and the fact that he's still performing at this level is really, really impressive. Now, kongthoranee was ranked number 3 at the time of this fight. And I expect that Nongo should be ranked in that place come whenever they change the rankings. Now, that title is vacant. And there's only one other person really ranked above him. I know Superlek's ranked in the division, but Superlek is not fighting at flyweight anytime soon. I don't think he will fight at flyweight again. But Rodtang, on the other hand, for some reason, they were talking about Rodtang versus Haggerty again. I don't see it. I really don't. But Nongo versus Rodtang. I don't know why, but that really, really does excite me. A Muay Fameux, renowned for his insane technique and skill, body kicks, punching power is extremely good as well, and fight IQ. Someone with versatile leg kicks and just an overall really well-rounded Muay Thai game. But a declining chin versus an absolutely insane pressure fighter who will stop at nothing to get the finish. That's an exciting matchup, and I do really want to see that next, if I'm not going to lie. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring highlight to just this really incredible performance that Nongo put on over the weekend. If you guys enjoyed, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.